Yes, thank you everyone for joining me today. My name is Michael Smith. I'm the National Consumer Education Manager of Janome Canada. And today for Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour, I am Hermie. I'm Santa's little helper here because I'm going to share with you for our fabulous Magical Machine Mystery Tour, not a machine per se, but all these fabulous Janome goodies that we can get as your holiday gift guide for your fabulous magical Janome machine. So regardless of what machine you have, or when you're looking at getting gifts for someone, we've always got to worry about what kind of machine do they have? Is it a sewing machine or an embroidery machine or a long arm quilting machine? Is it a high shank machine, a low shank machine? Is it a 5mm or 7mm or 9mm? Like, that's so much to think about. So all of these products I'm going to be showing you here today, we don't need to worry about all of that. Any sewist will be able to use these and benefit from them. So that's a great thing. So if you're looking at maybe as little treats to yourself, to improve your sewing room, or again, if you're looking for that special gift for your sewing friend or your significant other who's a sewer, then definitely today's presentation is for you. So for example, we'll get right into it. These fabulous, so comfortable seat cushions, for example. Doesn't matter what kind of machine you have, everybody needs to sit and sew in comfort. And the longer that you can spend sewing, in more comfort, the more productive you'll be, the better your sewing will be, actually, the more comfortable that you are. So Janome came out with this fabulous line called So Comfortable. So we have things like this memory foam. This is the lumbar support. So especially if you are sewing on that, cast off dining room chair, that old chair from, the living room or the den or from, grandma's attic, then if you can't upgrade to a new fabulous alternative, which I'll show you in just a minute, if you can't upgrade to a whole new chair, how about getting things like these memory foam lumbar support? You'll see the big elastic here that's adjustable. So this can go around the back of the chair, but it's memory foam, so it's nice and soft and cushy, but because that memory foam, it's going to snap back exactly into place. So it's not going to condense and get all soft and lumpy like a traditional cushion. So the lumbar support is available through the So Comfortable line, or here is this seat cushion. This is a little bit firmer, more firm, but it does have that same memory foam, so it's going to spring back into position. Then it has this grippy surface here, so regardless of what kind of chair you have, if it's a wooden chair or even an office chair, again, maybe some of those old office chairs, they lose their cushioning after a while, so then this grippy surface will hold the seat cushion in place and definitely make your chair much more comfortable. And then even we have this little footrest. Isn't this cool? So this footrest then, as you have one foot up on your foot pedal, the footrest is for your other foot. So then they're up on the same plane, basically. Or then again, you can put, both feet here if you're sitting at your machine and you're using the seam ripper, for example, you're not sewing, then put both feet up here. A lot of people sew barefooted or with sock feet. So this is a little more comfortable for your feet. Or you could even turn it around and put this on your floor, so then it'll even rock back and forth, and this grippy surface here give you a kind of a foot massage. So that is great for this foot rest. Now, and again, available through the So Comfortable line. So something else that you could have at your sewing area, of course, who doesn't need ways of, controlling their scraps and all of their little bits that they will throw off. So we've got this fabulous, Janome trash can. So isn't that cute? Now, I don't use it for trash. Actually, this is what I put all my little bits of threads, all those little dog ears, all the little corners I trim off. I put them all in my beautiful Janome trash can here. It looks like a big spool of thread. And then that way I can, when it's full, I can remove this liner here, and all of that extra little scraps and extra little bits of thread I stuff into dog cushions, actually, and then I donate that to the animal shelter. So you could use it as a real trash bin, or again, use it for some of your scraps as well to keep your sewing area clean. So all of these products here are available from your fabulous Janome dealer. So double check with them and consult our offers and promotions tab on janome.ca, we have a 4-page flyer with all these fabulous deals. So double check with your Janome dealer to see what's available to, again, help keep your sewing room and sewing area more organized, or again, what great gift ideas. Things like, oh yes, this fabulous, before I get here, I'll talk about these daylight lamps, for example, that yes, we all need good lighting, so many of our machines have great lighting, but if you need more lighting over your sewing area, we have so many daylight light options available from your Janome dealer. This one is the Slimline 3. Now there is a desktop version that has a big clamp that will clamp onto the side of your desk or your shelf, can swivel. It's got a great gooseneck. Tanya and I were saying these are like lightsabers. So not only are there 2 goosenecks to adjust the light just where you need it, but then you can also adjust, I don't want to blind you all. You can adjust the light this way too. And you can see I'm gripping the light. So although it's a very intense light, a very bright light, it's not a really hot light. So I can even touch the light itself. Now it's warm, but it's not hot. Now we can also adjust the intensity of the light. So if you're sewing later at night and you need a little bit more light, but you don't want anything blinding, so then you can adjust the intensity or just turn it right down. And so these daylight lamps, also available from your Janome dealer, are again a wonderful gift, and definitely treat yourself. Better lighting will definitely help improve the results of your sewing. Now, yes, when we need storage and keeping our sewing area neater and cleaner, and then if we're going to be traveling and going to classes or the cottage, or maybe in winter you're going to escape south, so you need something to transport all of your sewing goodies. So back here behind me I have the fabulous 9850. So all the parts and pieces that come with this 9850 machine, for example, are in this beautiful Tutto bag. So our friends at Tutto have a number of trolley cases and accessory bags available to keep all of your supplies handy in one spot. So this Tutto bag, I've got it filled full of lots of goodies. Then you'll see it's basically like a briefcase in a bag. So tons of zippered pockets everywhere. So all in the front pocket is basically like a briefcase in a bag. So if you are going to travel, go to a retreat or a classes, you've got room for your cell phones, the pens and pencils, the business cards, all of your kind of stationery supplies can all go in this front pocket here. But as we go into the bigger pockets, this reminds me a lot of those cases that professional photographers would use. You will see, it's all beautifully padded, beautifully lined. So big pockets for our instruction manual, no matter where we go. We want to make sure the instruction manual is with us. So there's room in there. All these little pockets with some elastic at the top here, like all of the little goodies that come with the machine can fit in these pockets here. All your extra notions, the thread, things like, yes, you'll need your power control cord, so that can fit in here. And then this, I was so impressed. Look at this. This is all beautiful foam with some hook and loop tape here to keep it in place. And again, it's just like a case you would see a photographer with all those expensive lenses, but instead you have all of your expensive sewing supplies well cushioned. So things like the embroidery hoops for the 9850, for example, I've got room for them. Things like the embroidery carriage, yes, will easily sit in place, very well protected. This case has got a lot of these cool little adjustable, all with hook and loop tape, these foam pads, so you can customize how your the inside of your case here looks. So I've got the embroidery carriage in here, and then I've got, yes, we need thread for our machine, so I've got the Madeira polyneon, beautiful threads that we commonly will use for embroidery, for example, or we could certainly use them for quilting. These in itself would make a great Christmas gift, a great stocking stuffer, Madeira polyneon thread. Or then, yes, look at the beautiful katana multicolor Madeira thread. So how beautiful is that? Or if you're more plain and neutral, oh yes, we've got katana thread for you as well. This is a finer 80 weight thread, so great to use in your bobbin when you're doing embroidery, or for regular sewing as well if you'd like to see, or quilting, where you'd like to see more dimension, maybe not so much the thread itself, but it would show a lot of dimension. So that's a great time to use this 80 weight katana thread. Or then we have the Aero Fill general purpose 50 weight thread, a good quality all-purpose thread for sewing, quilting, embroidery, whichever, but again in lots of beautiful colors. So all of this thread can tuck in to your Tutto accessory bag here. Things like the foot pedal. Oh yes, if you're going to eventually come to a class at the Sewing and Learning Center when we do finally open to the public, we want to make sure everybody brings a foot pedal for their machine. So there again is room here in your beautiful accessory bag. All of it will stay neat and organized and safe, so you don't have to worry about it. So this is a wonderful alternative to keeping everything organized. Ooh, or maybe I'll go this way. Now, again, we need to organize maybe all those presser feet. So here we've got things like these blue fig bags, again, available from your Janome dealer. There is a whole line of blue fig bags. This is the cream and teal houndstooth, but it also comes in black and teal as well. But there's several different sizes of these blue fig bags. One that will carry your machine, one that'll carry all your accessories. This one is great to carry your presser feet. So as I unzip this, it's got all of these zippered pockets with clear vinyl so we can see exactly what's in it. So here you could keep all your accessory presser feet, or keep your spools of thread, your sewing notions, your seam ripper, all of that in these little zippered pockets here. It does have a little zipper pocket here at the back as well, so there's more. And then this strap is just like a piece of luggage. The big cases that will fit your sewing machine have a telescoping handle, just like a piece of luggage. So this will slip around the handle of the suitcase, basically. So again, then you wheel it all in style. Now, I did a was it Magical Machine Mystery Tour presentation earlier this year. My mind is a blank right now of exactly when I did that presentation, but you can search the playlist of Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour, and it was all about Tutto bags and these blue fig bags available from your Janome dealer. There's basically a bag and a roller case for every machine out there. So you can go back to that Janome HQ Magical Machine Mystery Tour presentation on the IGTV icon of Janome HQ Instagram page, or the Janome HQ YouTube channel to see that presentation. And you can see more about all of these Tutto bags and everything to keep your machine together, organized, and easier transport. Things like, yes, this big Tutto bag, again, how beautiful it is. Lots of storage. That 9850, for example, would fit in here beautifully. So this is how you could transport the machine itself. And there still is room, all these extra pockets here, there still is room for more. Great handle to roll it along, so no matter where you're going, or even if you're not going anywhere, you know, not all of us have the luxury of a sewing room. So if you need to, you know, sew on the dining room table and then move your machine, you can keep it protected, dust-free in this Tutto roller case. So you don't always have to be traveling in order to use some of these organizational tools. So consult your Janome dealer for more information. Now, when we, again, are talking about all those little things, Janome has just come out, Janome Canada has just come out with these fabulous smart boxes. So these we all thought were so cool. I can stack, ultimately, however many I want. It comes as one case, and then you can always get more, of course. So how convenient is this? So if you're, again, going off to a class or a retreat, or you just want to organize your sewing room, so what a great gift these would be for your sewing friend. And again, doesn't matter which kind of machine that you have. So they have this cool locking mechanism here. And I'll just unlock this one. So here is one smart box. So then, I've got things like, yes, our Janome 100th anniversary bobbins, for example. What a great gift these would be. Almost all Janome machines take the same bobbin. So how great is that? You don't need to worry so much about the specific machine. Now, these won't work in our long arm machines, for example, or the HD9, but all of the other machines they will work in. Pretty much. So, yes, extra bobbins would be great. These mini duckbill scissors, I can't sew without them. I show them all the time. What a great thing to keep in your smart box here. Or how about, yes, the bobbin saver that we have, again, from your Janome dealer. So all of your plastic Janome J bobbins will fit in here. So great that you stay organized. All the thread ends are nicely secured, so it's not a big mess. As you open your drawer looking for a bobbin, everything stays neat and organized, and again, fits in your smart box very beautifully. And then again, the genius thing about these is, let me unsnap this one. This one, use it whatever you wish. I've got some of our fabulous iris polyester thread that we would use for embroidery, or we also have the cotton thread that I'll use for quilting. But again, sometimes I use the polyester embroidery thread for quilting, or I'll use the cotton thread for embroidery. So pretty much with thread, it's whatever you want to use it for. Go ahead. It's wonderful. So all of these beautiful threads will fit in your smart box. And then again, the cool thing about the smart box is as we stick them all together and then they lock in place. So make sure everything is nicely clipped in and locked. And then, yes, we can take it, make sure it's clipped in at the back. And then it is all locked in place. So I can pick up this whole case all at once, so it doesn't matter how many that I have in here, so they all lock together. So isn't that cool? So these are just debuting now, so double check your Janome dealer. So more storage solutions. Now, we also, to keep your sewing area neat and clean and organized, we have some furniture options. For example, this Dixie cutting table. If you need some extra space, there is a cutting mat that will go on this. But then when you are done all your cutting, it has two leaves. There's one on the back, and then there's one here on the front. So it has two leaves that will simply drop down. Boom, and you can wheel this out of the way, tuck it up against the wall. You could even throw a tablecloth over this, and it becomes a side table, and nobody has to know that this is your cutting table. There's rooms on the shelves that you can put your extra batting and all your cutting tools and everything. So it's a great accessory to have when you need that extra room, but it can condense and collapse when you don't need all that extra cutting space. So that's an alternative. Or, let me wheel this aero chair out of the way. We have the beautiful mod cabinet system that I use here in my classroom at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center. We've got things like this 5-drawer chest, which I love. It's not as organized as I usually keep it, but I've been very busy lately, so you know how it is, where you just need some drawers to throw everything in. But what I love is these drawers aren't super deep. So even though my drawer is kind of messy right now, I can still find exactly what I need because the drawer isn't this big bottomless pit. I can easily find, the accessory box for my machine, for example. Always important to locate your instruction manual. So all of that, all the tools you use most frequently, your Janome scissors, for example, your pre-wound bobbins, everything that you use, handy day to day can be here in these drawers. And ultimately, nobody knows that that's really a whole chest of sewing goodies. You could have this out in the living room or in the dining room, and it just looks like a buffet or another piece of furniture. The mod cabinets will fit next to the mod hydraulic sewing table. So then the drawers give me an extra work surface. The sewing cabinet itself has a leaf that I've extended here at the back. So you've got a lot more room there. So if you're a quilter, how wonderful that you can have all this extra space at the back for your project to grow. Or again, that you pair it with the 5 drawers here and you've got more room for your project to grow. when you're first looking at this cabinet, again, it looks like a regular piece of furniture, but ooh, we can open it up like a treasure chest and tuck this out of the way, so then we can reveal, ooh, some magic behind it. So you will see that I've got my Continental M7 down, recessed into the table so it can hide away. Nobody has to know. This is where all the magic happens. But in this sewing desk in particular, we've got some cubbies off to the side for things like, oh yes, our so comfortable non-slip foot pedal pad, which I love demonstrating because this grippy surface on both sides, so it doesn't matter what your flooring is, your foot pedal, regardless of size, will stay in place. This is 10 by 14, so it's quite a generous size. So any foot pedal will fit on this non-slip foot pedal pad, and your foot pedal will always stay in place. So you can, again, what a great gift this makes on its own. But again, it will recess in here if you don't always have it on the floor. Any of your extra tools, your knee lift, anything like that will fit in the little cubbies, some extra sewing supplies. But then, yes, the magic is, ooh, we lift up this lid, and then you can go back and review the Continental M7 presentation I did, and I had the Imperial March play, because yes, look at this, in all of its glory. One reason why I love this mod hydraulic sewing desk is that yes, I can drop the machine when I don't need it and when I want that extra space, or then when I'm ready to sew, just with a push of a button, the hydraulics, the machine comes up. There is, regardless of what machine you have, you can get this beautiful clear acrylic insert to fit around your machine. And then the fun thing about the hydraulics, oh yes, like you can get it just where you need it. So the bed of your machine is flat with that insert. So when you talk about better sewing in more comfort, more professional results by having all this extra space now, how fabulous is that? So this mod hydraulic sewing cabinet is available from your Janome dealer. Ooh, I don't want to run over my cords as usual. So, yes, speaking of sewing more comfortably, these fabulous Aero chairs. Now, again, if you're sewing on that cast-off dining room chair and you're trying those so comfortable cushions, you know, that's a great alternative. But if you think, no, I'm done with that old dining room chair, I really need something to improve, you know, better, especially lumbar support, these Aero chairs are fabulous. I have them in all the sewing stations of my classroom here at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center. And in fact, I even have one of these as my desk chair that I sit at with my computer because it is so comfortable. Now, this is the hydraulic version, but we also have, these cool four-legged wooden options, and some of them have this cute little scallop detail. They come in different finishes, different colors, different fabrics. You know, this one has our fabulous Janome signature fabric. This one has some sewing notions on it. There's a whole variety of, again, different finishes, different colors, different patterns. So you can double check with your Janome dealer there. Now, what a wonderful gift one of these chairs would be. And again, check our offers and promotions tab on janome.ca. We have a lot of wonderful promotions going on with these Aero chairs right now. And what I love about these Aero chairs, not only they're super comfortable, but this little cushion, the seat cushion, you open it up and it reveals, some goodies. So maybe like for Christmas, you want to hide some gifts in these chairs so no one knows they're there. Or things like when you're going to be doing your free motion quilting, for example, this fabulous set of these free motion quilting hoops. One is 8 inches, the other is 11 inches, and you basically use them like steering wheels when you're going to be free motion quilting. They will help you move your fabric. They have the same grippy surface as that non-slip foot pedal pad on the underside of these hoops. So they're really good to help you improve your free motion quilting. And again, when you're trying to keep your space clean and organized, and you don't have maybe all of those drawers for that mod 5-drawer unit, you can tuck them in your Aero chair here and then tuck them out of the way. No one knows the goodies that are being hidden away. But yes, without me running over my cord, let's sit at the machine here because, of course, I've got things like this luminous daylight lamp. I absolutely love this. This is wonderful to swivel around. It attaches to your sewing desk. I can just simply scroll here to turn it off, or again, different intensities. So my Continental M7 here has a ton of light in the bed of the machine, but for when I am, unpicking some of those stitches, as sometimes happens, I like having this luminous daylight lamp over my work surface here. So then I can just sit and do any kind of handwork I may need, or especially when I'm trying to tell the difference between the black and navy blue fabric, it's great to have this extra light, and it can totally swivel as you need to. So this luminous daylight lamp, and then another great thing for your sewing room. Daylight has so many other lamps. Even these cute little, even a clip-on light, for example, with the gooseneck. So even you could clip this to your instruction manual, for example, and where you just need to focus light on your instruction manual, let's say. So this light actually has a USB port in it. So you could plug it in. A number of our Janome machines has the USB port in it. So you could actually plug your daylight lamp into it. Like this one has a wall outlet and the USB port. So you can plug the USB into the sewing machine, and your sewing machine can be powering the daylight lamp. So how cool is that? This daylight lamp, again, fully adjustable, it has a magnifier in it. So if you are, and again, plug it into your sewing machine. So how cool is that? So if you're, ripping out some stitches or doing some fine handwork, you've got this magnifying mirror to see. So isn't that cool? So that's a great alternative. And of course, things like, we've got these new Janome pin pals. And for you ELNA users, we even have an ELNA pin pal, so you can keep all your pins, all your magnetic tools like your little snips and your seam rippers, your screwdrivers, all of that. These would be great stocking stuffers as well. And again, keep them next to your sewing machine so everything stays neat and clean and organized. And then, when we're talking about more free motion quilting, so many goodies to share. We have these free motion gliders. So especially here where I have all of this beautiful bed of the sewing machine, and we're going to be doing some free motion quilting. This free motion glider is a big sheet of Teflon, basically, but it's got this grippy surface on the bottom. It's not sticky, but it's grippy, kind of like with static cling. And there's a little hole here for your needle. So this would go right along the bed of your machine, and you would line it up so then it would be, that hole would be just there centered for the needle. This will stick down, but again, it's not sticky adhesive, but it just clings to the bed of your machine. And by having this Teflon surface is more slick. So it helps move your fabric layers more easily. So this free motion glider is available again from your Janome dealer. So that's a great thing, particularly again, if you want to get into free motion quilting, little things like this will definitely help improve your experience. And speaking of which, I love these Janome palm paddles. That same grippy surface as our non-slip foot pedal pad. For example, we would lay these down on our fabric. And again, this will help us move the fabric around. So we have the palm paddles, and then we have those hoops that I showed earlier. And then, we have even these larger ones. The paddle set here with the knobs, so then we would move the fabric that way. So these are all from the Sew Comfortable line. Now, another technique of doing, instead of free motion quilting, we could do ruler quilting, for example. So if you or anyone that you know who's sewing and would like to get into ruler quilting, for example, Janome has very conveniently this 6-piece ruler quilting set. Everything you need, minus the fabric, chances are you have some, everything you need is all included. There's an instructional DVD, the instructions all on how you make this cute little ruler case to store all of your rulers, all of your templates, and watch the instructional DVD that'll take you all through it. So this is available in a convenient kit. Again, everything included. And then Janome's got, even more. If you have one of our fabulous long arm quilting machines, like QuiltMaker Pro 18, QuiltMaker Pro 16, QuiltMaker Pro 18 Versa, or QuiltMaker Pro 20, then yes, we have these 1/4 of an inch thick acrylic rulers for the long arm machine specifically. So this one is a ditch quilting one, or this one is a clamshell. There's so many different shapes and sizes available. These special 1/4 of an inch thick rulers that you would use on your long arm, you can use them on your high shank sewing machines here, like Continental M7. When you use the proper ruler foot, you can use these on your domestic sewing machine as well. So again, lots available from your Janome dealer. So there is so much available as your holiday gift. Alternative is check with your Janome Canada dealer to see what specials that they have. And if they don't have all of these products here on their floor, they can all order them for you from our Janome Canada warehouse here. And I'm really happy to say all of this is in stock right now. We don't have to worry about availability for any of it. It's all here right now. So double check with your dealer. So thank you. As usual, that's my big whirlwind. Amanda, do you want to flip around and say goodbye? Yes, thank you so much. She's Santa's little helper too. So yes, thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope that gave you some wonderful ideas to treat yourself, and also again as a fabulous gift for that special sewing friend in your life. So thank you everyone for joining me today. And as a heads up, I won't be seeing you actually for about 3 weeks. Next week and the following week, I will be away on vacation. So there will be no live Magical Machine Mystery Tour next week or the following week, but I will be back live Wednesday, December 8th. So what will be in store then? I don't know. It's a mystery. So you must tune in. So thank you everyone for joining me today, and have a very fabulous day. Bye.